If you like to talk about combat sports and you want to join the discussion, click the subscribe button below and the bell notification icon next to it and join Knucklehead Nation. Ladies and gentlemen of Knucklehead Nation, welcome to another episode of the FightersRep video podcast. I'm here with a young man that is very talented, somebody who competes for FightersRep promotion. He's competed for us in the past on 3 occasions already, Jos. I can't believe it. Ladies and gentlemen, from Azerbaijan, representing Systems Training Center, KHOSROV SATTAROV. How are you, young man?
Good, man. What about you? What about yourself?
I'm doing good, man. I appreciate you joining me on the show. I got my tea. Where's your Turkish coffee? Where's your tea, brother?
My wife is bringing me in a second. Oh, you just said it at the right moment.
Right on time,
Here
brother.
it is, brother.
Oh, hey, you got a much nicer looking cup than I do, brother.
George, I can hear you. The line is like cut.
You can't hear me? How about now?
Yeah, now it's good.
Okay, great. We might go in and out a little bit with this Skype connection. So, first things first, you've competed for us 3 times. I believe you've told me in the past, I believe you've told me in the past you come from a sporting background. Kind of tell me a little bit about yourself.
When I was a kid, I started playing football. When I just started walking, my first thing was football, like soccer, they called it, USA. So I started playing, but my parents were like, no, they didn't want me to become a soccer player. They wanted me to study and that. So until I was like 12, they didn't let me go play, let me go train. And at one point when I was playing for the school against school, there was one scout sitting there and he called me in and said, I want to invite you to my team, this and that. And it was like second league of Azerbaijan, you feel me? Like basically very weak team.
Yeah.
But I was like, man, you gotta talk to my parents because they're against it, this and that. And he called, they talked, and then he took me. And then from then I moved on to first league, to Baku, to Nefchi. Then I started playing. I got a call up under 17, call up when I was 15. But what's interesting? My parents didn't let me go because at that time somebody called my mom and said that they're gonna steal me. Can you imagine?
What?
She's like a famous singer back home, and she got a call and they said that they're gonna steal me, this and that. So for 1 year I didn't go out of the house. I just went to school, back to the house. I couldn't go to my call-up, to my international call-up. But I continued playing, then I went to England to study for my university, for my bachelor's degree, for my master's degree. And I started playing there too. Actually, I went to England specifically for football, for soccer.
Yeah.
My parents wanted me to study. I said, yes, I will. But my main idea was that I'm going to go there and find my way to football, So I come in. I look into trials. I go a million trials. There are different types of companies that, of course, you send your videos to different football clubs, this and that. I went to many different of them, and then I'm just at home with my friends, and we go to the mail, we open the mail, and I see there's an invitation, from Chelsea Football Club that, we're gonna call you on a second tryout, this and that. I'm really happy, I go, I pass second tryout, they come for the third tryout.
Wow, man.
I go on the third, there's all the tryouts with them, how it works, it's crazy, man. There's just so much competition in this sport, especially in England, especially in Chelsea, And I was training with their team after the third, fourth trial, and they took me a contract. They said that you gotta pass a medical checkup, and we're gonna offer you a contract, And literally 1 week before my medical checkup, we had this game between my university, Royal Holloway University of London, versus UCL, some other university college of London. So I was playing there, and my uncle, I remember, I called him. He's like, "Are you down? You have a checkup in such a team, to make your future. Why would you go and play and get injured just in case?" I'm like, "Man, this is just university football. Nobody's gonna injure me or whatsoever." And I go there, and I break 2 bones, man. I'm a winger. I played on the wing, left wing striker, usually on the wing. So I'm playing on the wing, I'm running. And I'm passing this defender who's left back, and they change right back who's left back. Then I'm passing this guy, and they put 2 guys on me. And there's a counter-attack. So basically, the goalkeeper hits the ball, and I run, and some guy, he just comes like this. This is me. This is him.
Yeah.
He just comes and tackles on my ankle. Bro, I fall down, and first thing that I do, one time I saw how my friend broke his foot in the game, and then it became big, swollen, so he couldn't take his foot out of the boot, so they cut it.
Yeah.
And at that time, I got like a new boots, really expensive. I was like, no man, I love these boots. I'm not gonna like wait for it to become big, for my leg. So I just take it off the same second, and I feel that, oh my god, this is something wrong, man. I have like a really, first thing is I'm scared that, man, I have a checkup. What I'm gonna do. And I don't look at my feet. I just lie on the grass like this, and I don't see this part. And then at one point, there's a guy from my team. He's walking, seeing my leg, and he's doing like this. Bro, at this moment, I felt so scared. Like I started panicking. I was like, damn man, what happened? What happened to my leg? And then the other guy comes, no, don't look at it. Don't look at it.
Oh man.
I'm like, what do you mean, man? Don't look at it. What do you mean? Like I have a checkup in like 6 days. What do you mean? I'm like really stressed. I'm like panicking. Like I'm breathing like. I'm like, what the hell, man? And then I see that I have two broken bones. One bone is like hitting the skin, about to go out, and
Oh
broken
man.
ankle. And for me, it was like a shock. I could, like, for 2 days, I made myself believe that it's gonna fade away. Can you imagine, like, the bone sticking out of my foot to my skin? It's like blood coming out of there. And I'm just looking, and I'm like, no, no, it's gonna be okay. In 3 days, it's gonna heal. I'm trying to make myself feel comfortable.
Well, why?
It was crazy, man.
That sounds insane. But why did your parents not want you to play sports? I mean, if you were doing well in sports.
They always saw me not as a sportsman, but they want me to work in the government when I come back
Yeah.
home.
Yeah.
Then I had a lot of education. They spent a lot of money on my education. Like it's not cheap to study in England. For 6 years, live there, and it's a lot of money. So they spent a lot of money on my education, and I finished. I'm like Master of Science right now in top 100 university of the world. Like, but I don't use it at all. I don't need it. I never wanted it. So it's just the other path I chose. It was hard. At one point, just saying no to everything. I worked like for so many years for this degree, right? I had jobs, this and that, and then at one point I'm just like, no man, I don't want to do this. I want to fight, and that's it.
So
I
so
was
so
fighting.
so
Yeah.
wait. So back to the ankle, because I cut you off. I threw you off. So back to the ankle break. You're freaking out. This ankle's destroyed. By that point it's going to cost you. A couple days later, it's going to cost you your chance with this Chelsea football team. What happens next?
Nothing, bro. After this happens, I come to the checkup still believing that I'm gonna stay something. But nobody's gonna take you with such an injury. Like, it's impossible. Especially at that age, I was like in a good age. I was 17. For
Yeah.
football, it's already a lot. And I mean, my injury, they said that it's gonna take you 6 months crunches, 4 months rehabilitation. So it's 1 year only to heal, and not
Yeah.
fully. Then nobody knows how you're gonna heal. If you heal wrong, there's the surgery. So why would they sign a contract with me and pay for 1 year?
Yeah. Yeah.
There's so many guys like me who they can take, train, and make better. It's not,
Yeah.
no matter how talented you are, it's about how much you want it and how hard you work.
Yeah.
So they can just find somebody with the professionals that they have in their club. It's so easy to train people, especially talented. Like in England, there's so many people who wants to get there.
Right. Right. Right.
So yeah, man, I just come there. They look at me like piece of shit. They say like, it's unprofessional behavior. How could you do stupid shit like that? This and that. I'm stressing. I understand in the bottom of my heart they're gonna tell me, sorry for my language, to fuck off. But
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm still believing that maybe this guy says no. But no, man. Basically, after that, I go home. I remember I call my friends, we sit, and that time, I never tried alcohol in my life at that time. Only once on the prom. I never drink, smoke, nothing. So I remember I come back with that broken foot, see my friends, I'm like, guys, let's drink. You know. I just didn't know what to do, basically. No, I didn't know what to do, man. Like, what should I do? It was crazy for me. It was like a big depression. Not I don't like to say depression because I never showed no one that I'm depressed or whatsoever. But
Yeah.
inside me, there were moments when I was looking at the screen and I was thinking, "Oh my God, I won't be there." Like I was thinking, all my life I thought I'm gonna be there, and now I understand I won't. But I didn't give up. I still continued playing even till my last year in England. I went like on my last master's year when I was like already like pretty old for football. No, not like really old. I would say how old was I? Like 21 or something.
Hmm.
I was still young, but yeah, I went to this. This is very funny, man. Basically, I'm in England with my friends. They want to go to casino. We go to casino, and I see one Italian guy, and I don't know how casino works at that time. I had never been to casino at that time, because in my country there's no casinos.
Yeah.
So basically, there is an Italian guy standing playing. I'm just watching. I don't play. I just watch, talk to them, this and that. And then this guy says that he brings football players to Azerbaijan. Can you imagine? He says that he works in Azerbaijan and he scouts and brings players to Azerbaijan.
Wow.
I'm like, man, I am from Azerbaijan. He's like, what? Then we start talking, this and that, and then he says, then I tell him my story. He says, I'm gonna help you. I have one coach. His name is Luther. Yes, it's like a fourth division, fifth division team, Burnham, but he says you can make your way out of there. He's a really good coach. He was like Watford's all-time legend for like appearances and goals and this and that. So some good guy. So I trained with this guy for 6 months. I start playing, and then he gets fired, and he's the director of the club. Obviously, I go with him because I came there because of him. So my football career went like this. Then I went to Russia to see my wife. And then my wife's aunt apparently knows some guys who are the main guys in this Volga football club. So she tells them about me, and they say that okay, let him come and we look how he plays, this and that. I come, I play, I train with them, they take me. But the moment when they say how much they're gonna pay, it's just like doesn't make sense. Like I wanted to go there. I was still thinking maybe try, no matter how much they pay. But
Yeah.
then I came to US and I never left. So things changed.
Well, why'd you come to the U.S.?
Actually, I just was with my wife and we decided to make a bachelor's party in Vegas. So we came
Yeah.
to Las Vegas for a bachelor's party. Yeah, I almost got divorced after this bachelor's party, but whatever, man. So
Oh
basically,
my God.
no, I just joke wise.
I know. I know. I know.
But we were about to leave, so I'm on the plane. We're about to leave, and I'm like, man, I want to stay here. I think I want to stay here. And I just decide, I swear, I just decided that's it, man. I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna stay in USA. And the plane was about to start moving, and I'm calling the steward, and I'm telling him, man, stop the plane. He's like, what do you mean? We're just about to move. If 1 second later you would tell me we couldn't stop the plane.
Right.
Why you need to stop the plane? And from my mom's side, everybody's a pilot, so I know what to say for them to stop. You gotta say an emergency. So I say that my brother got shot. He's in hospital. I need to go. This and that. They say, are you aware that these people here on the plane, they're gonna wait until we take your luggage from the plane, take it out for you, this and that. I'm like, man, I don't care. My brother was shot. I'm gonna go to the hospital. So he says, okay. They even refunded me the ticket, by the way, after that. And I
Wow.
just stayed here, man. I just stayed here and I did the hard way, but I made it, man. When I just came, I never worked physical jobs. I always worked, in companies and stuff, but I never worked like taxi driver or whatever, something like that. Never in my life.
Yeah.
And I come here, at one point I need cash, and I understand that I need cash this second. So I just go on some Russian social media, and I find a group Russians in Los Angeles. And since I speak Russian, I just text them that, yo guys, any work, this and that. And I'm like, by the way, a tourist at that time here. I don't have like work permit or whatsoever. So they say, yeah, there is like a cash job, like a moving, moving furniture.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can. I'm like, okay, let me try. Okay, I come to this job dressed up in a shirt, I don't know, watch. I come to this place and I just understand how dumb I look. And everybody's just like in sportswear, working.
Yeah,
I thought
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
coming like for an interview. I
Yeah.
didn't know I'm gonna start working the same day. And I come and I work in this shirt. We go to my first job. It was 4 hours. I remember we worked, and I started from there. I was working in moving. Then I started driving a truck. Then taxi driving. Then Grubhub. Then all sorts of crazy stuff. I
Well,
like
good. Well,
working in
good.
casino, anything, man.
Good for you, Jos. You did what you had to do.
Yeah, man.
It sounds like to make it here. But when did the interest in the fighting start? That's what I'm interested in right now.
Oh, fighting. It's a different thing. Now,
Did
since
that happen
child,
in Azerbaijan? Did that happen
yes,
here?
yes, yes, it happened. Basically, I was 4 years old, 5 years old, something like that. My uncle brings me in to like his friend's place, and his friend has like a child who's the same age like me. So we come and they both look at each other and they say, "Let's see who wins if they wrestle." From the kids. And in our country, well, they like the national sport is wrestling. People
Yeah.
wrestle a lot. Like, okay. So I start wrestling with this kid. I win, and then I have this feeling that I like it. I like fighting. Like since I was a child, I always, I love getting to fight. Always like that type of person. I always fought. Not for speed, but I have this thing in me.
Close.
Say
Hold
if
on.
somebody.
Close. Hold on 1 second. You're cutting out over there.
Okay.
You seem to be cutting out. You're not connected to dial-up over there, are you, Close?
To what?
I'm just messing with you, brother. I'm just messing with you. Give me a second. Let me see if I can. Let me see if I can
Okay.
fix it, because it looks like your signal kind of weakened a little bit there on me. All right,
Strange.
all right. So you said you wrestled this kid. You liked
And
wrestling.
then
You had a feeling that you liked
I,
to fight. You know.
yes, I had the feeling that I like to fight, and then my uncle is a kickboxer, and he made me go to kickboxing 3 times a week. No matter if I do football, no matter if I study, no matter what, I needed to go to kickboxing 3 times a week. No, I can't not go because he's going,
Yeah.
he's taking me, and he doesn't care. So I was going like this. I was going to kickboxing, to aikido, to different types of sports. But I wasn't training like now. I wasn't training 2 times a day. I was just training for myself because I liked fighting, and I got into a lot of fights in the street, in school. I had like my little brother, and I always would have fights because of my little brother, because he was so sure that if something happens, he's gonna call me, that he would go and fuck with anybody, with all the people, all my friends, everybody. Like literally, he sees someone, he's so confident that nobody's gonna do nothing. Like I have my big bro behind me. And I would get into so many fights because of him. Like literally, I don't know how many, man.
Yeah.
But also I don't like when somebody's strong and you know, when they say stuff to weak people. I don't like it. I hate it. And if I see something like that, I go inside. In USA, no, because if you go in USA, they shoot you. It's crazy. It's crazy. There's no rules. There's no rule set. He's like Wild West. Anybody can do anything. Back home, it's not like that. It's more about respect, honor, who you are, what you say, this and that.
You would feel more comfortable definitely fighting someone back home than getting into a street fight here where somebody might pull a knife or a gun on you or something like that.
No, it's just, here I'm like getting my green card in like 2 weeks, and if I get in some kind of trouble outside in here, I'm just not gonna get
Yeah,
my green card.
yeah,
I'm not gonna get
yeah.
my citizenship, and all my hard work for these years are gonna go to nothing. But man, every time I go on the street, somebody makes me unhappy, man, and I don't like to be unhappy, man. Like
I
this,
get
this,
it.
these people, you know, they don't even disrespect you or whatsoever. It's just the way they act. They can't communicate. They can't. They act like monkeys. Like I can't explain. It's just silly. But I mean, I'm used to it already. Like 2 years in LA, I'm used to it, man.
Yeah. LA is
Yeah.
Definitely full of characters, close. Um,
Downtown, man.
I
Downtown
want.
the late 2 years.
I wanted to ask you. You've competed for us on 3 occasions. We're a kickboxing promotion.
That's right.
I know you've had some interest in perhaps going the MMA route. Uh,
That's
you know,
right.
where do you see your future in combat sports? I mean, you've taken 3 amateur fights already, which is admirable. You definitely want more. You're always hitting me up. You want to fight, which I love. I love your attitude. But what does the future hold for you? Do you prefer this striking route? Do you think you do MMA? Do you think you do boxing?
I actually, from all the sports, nobody believes me, but like my favorite sport of all of them is boxing.
Yeah.
Because boxing, if you're a good boxer, it's harder to be a good boxer than to be like a good MMA fighter, if you know what I mean. You gotta be way more technical, it's different things you need to have. But me personally, I think I'm gonna compete in all of them. I'm gonna compete in boxing, in MMA, in jiu-jitsu, in judo, in anything what's possible.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna see what works best. That's my plan. But I'm planning because of the way how MMA is growing. If you want to prove that you're the best in the world, I think you got to become an MMA champion, a UFC
Yeah.
champion.
Yeah.
That's the way it is right now. Before boxing, yeah, boxing. It's just in boxing, there's like champions that made 8 weight category champion. He won so many weight categories. But in
Right.
MMA,
Right.
there's so much more you can do. So like one of my biggest dream is to become first 3 weight champion. You can become like first 10 weight champion in boxing. It's like it's too much time. Like it's different.
Yeah.
MMA is more. It's more like on streets. It's more close to fighting. You can do, like, for example, I like to do shoulder strikes a lot. I love it, and I can't do it. I can do it only in MMA. I can't do it in kickboxing. I can't do it in boxing, and I can't do many stuff. I don't. Rule set is good. Like, for example, in boxing, there's a rule set, right? It's okay. It's understandable. But I mean, man, like this shoulder strikes. If I can punch him with my knuckle to his forehead, why I can't shoulder him in kickboxing? I just don't understand this, man. I literally don't understand this.
Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
can elbow him, I can knee him, but I can shoulder him. Shoulder for
Yeah,
real?
yeah.
Doesn't
Guys,
make sense.
before we continue, you could follow Jos if you like what he's talking about. Jos the Boss. Right there on the screen is his Instagram handle at KHOSROV_Sattarov. And definitely subscribe if you haven't already. Also, anything you guys purchase from the links below or donate to the channel gets reinvested right back into Fighters Rep Promotions, where we're building the only unified rules kickboxing promotion in the state and building up great young fighters like Jos, who's, done a great job so far. I've been very impressed with you, Jos. To me, it looks like the footwork and maybe the agility you developed in soccer has helped you in your fighting style. Would you say that that's contributed to your ability to move and your footwork?
100%. Because in when you punch, it comes from the legs, it comes from the hips, it comes from the body. It doesn't come from the punch. You don't punch. You punch with your legs. So everything is leg coordination. And in fighting, I mean, it's a lot. So I am really good, really well coordinated leg wise. So I get everything quick. So let's say if coach shows me something, if it takes other people maybe a couple trainings to get it, couple months, I get it the same second. The second he shows me, I understand him perfectly what he means.
Jos, you're from Azerbaijan, as we've mentioned before. So many of these former Soviet bloc countries have such an infatuation with combat sports. Why do you
That's
think?
right.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think that developed so strongly in that part of the world?
It's the mentality. It's totally different mentality. I mean, I'm gonna explain. Like, we were Caucasians, right? Caucasians, I will explain. It's like the part where Dagestan, Chechnya, Georgia, Azerbaijan, the mountain parts, basically.
Yeah, yeah,
And we, there, when we are born, let's say in USA, when you're born, for example, your father tells you like the strongest man on earth is, like, for example, Ronnie Coleman, like the strongest boxer is Mike Tyson. But back home, when you are born, who is the strongest man? When you ask, they say your dad. You. And they make you believe since childhood that you're the best. And there's no one that can, fuck with you, that can be better than you. You should be the best. You should be better than everyone. And there's no one that's better than you. So that mentality brings it. And apart from that, we love fighting, man. We are warriors. We've been in so many. We just love fighting, man. In this part of the world, in Russia, man, it's just they live is fighting. They just fight. We just fight. They just fight on the streets, wherever. In Russia, they had this fans. In England, it started from England when this soccer fans fight.
The
But in
hooligans.
England, yes, but it was just like hooligans. But in Russia, I can send you videos of my friends who used to
I've
fight for
seen
them.
it.
They
I've
showed us.
actually seen it. Yeah.
Yeah, they just go 50 on 50, 14-year-old kid with like a 30-year-old master of sports guy who's like world champion or something, and they fight each other 50 on 50, 100 on 100. What's the reason for your fight? They don't even watch football. Why are you fighting? Just because they want to fight. It's
Yeah.
silly, it's dumb, but people there, they have a different mentality, man. It's all about respect. Here, they don't give you much respect. Let's say, when you talk back home, if you somehow disrespect someone during your talk or you say something wrong, you're gonna get punished for it, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Always. Nobody's gonna take nothing. Nobody's gonna take your word. If you about to say something bad to someone, nobody's gonna take your word. He can't. You can't live with it. Sometimes my teachers told me something, and I couldn't sleep for 2 3 days after it, thinking that, oh my god, why didn't reply to her? Can you
Yeah.
imagine?
Yeah. Yeah. I
It's
get it.
just, it's different.
I get it. I get
So
it. And I
yeah,
like
man.
it. I like it. And, that's part of the reason I like your attitude so much. You and Dennis Kovalev, the kid that I met with you, kind of have that same attitude. Like, I just want to fight, And that's something I've told you and I've told a lot of fighters before. I tell everybody, man, if everybody had the mentality like Jos and Dennis did, I'd be Dana White already. And,
Thank
I
you, man.
definitely
Thank you. I
think,
appreciate
yeah.
your words, man.
And I definitely hope that you guys continue. I mean, I think you will. I hope you guys continue to pursue your passion for combat sports. How many more amateur fights are you planning to have before you go pro? And how old are you right now?
Right now, I'm 24.
Mm-hmm.
I'm planning to. Actually, I was planning to make about 50, 70 belts before I move, but I was talking to my coaches and I said it's impossible. They said, let's say, no, not with my coach, I was talking to Jesse, and he said it's impossible. He
Yeah.
said, look, even if you fight every month for 2 years, it's still gonna make 24 fights.
Right.
So how you want to make so many fights? And then he says many fights will be cancelled. Many fights, many
It's true.
fighters won't make weight.
That's
Somebody
true.
will not come, and how you gonna make so many fights? So I thought about it, and I think that the only way to make that many belts, I think I'm gonna get 50 belts, not in strictly kickboxing, but in all over. In
Yeah.
boxing, judo, jiu-jitsu, kick, like that, I can make it happen. Because when you go to jiu-jitsu competitions, it's not that you don't get injured that much. How
Yeah.
you get, let's say, in kickboxing belt. But yeah, man,
Yeah,
I hate
absolutely.
losing. I can't bear losing, man.
I'm very aware that you hate losing and you hate drawing as well. You hate drawing. And in your past three fights, you've already experienced all three, which I think is very important. I think it's very important to experience winning, losing, and even a draw. And it's kind of amazing to me that you've already experienced all three in just three fights. Um,
I thought about it too.
what do you think of that? I mean, you've fought three times. You've gotten three different results. I mean, what are the chances of that happening?
Actually, I feel really disappointed in myself for my last fight because first fight I understand I was nervous. It's first fight, this and that. Second fight I did what I had to do. Third fight I didn't take it serious. It's my thing. Sometimes I become too cocky in myself, and sometimes I think that this guy who's standing in front of me, he's so shit that he can't win me even if I don't train, even if I don't do this, even if I don't do that. And I get mad. You know why? Not because I get mad that I eat a punch. I get mad that how could I eat a punch from him? And that drives me mad, man. I'm just sometimes so silly, man. Like when I spar pros, I feel way more comfortable when I spar amateurs. When I spar amateurs, I start getting mad, man, because they throw some stupid stuff sometimes, like some you couldn't think throwing that. Like, why would you throw that? In your head, you can't understand it.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they do some